Welcome to Now Talk Live. It's your boy D Jones. I'm so excited to be with you today. Like always, we want to put together a quality show. Today, we'll be giving flowers to a gentleman that I grew up with from my hometown. I'm not going to give you all the information, but before we get any further, I'd like for you to go to our handles. You can go to YouTube at Now Talk Live. You can go to TikTok, Now Talk Live Podcast, Instagram, Now Talk Live Podcast, and also here on Facebook, Now Talk Live Podcast. Those are our handles. Let me go over those again to make sure you caught that. You need to subscribe to our channel at Now Talk Live Podcast on YouTube. We're also on TikTok at Now Talk Live Podcast, Instagram, Now Talk Live Podcast, and Facebook. We're there if you're looking for us. Download. We're also on Buzzsprout. You can download these audios, listen to them in your car. We're also on the Apple iPhone. If you have an Apple iPhone, there's the podcast section there. Go to the podcast, pull us up. We are there, and you can listen to the audio of this recording. Well, without further ado, we're gonna be introducing. I'm about to introduce. I'm so excited to give him his flowers today. He's from the basketball court to the global stage. This is a Hall of Fame athlete, has a remarkable athletic career spanning multiple disciplines. After excelling as a high school and college basketball player, J.J. Johnson discovered a passion for track and field at age 25, quickly rising through the ranks to compete on the professional circuit for 8 years, representing Nike and Team USA. Johnson achieved two world championship titles in the 4 by 100-meter relay in 2001 and 2003, two Olympic trials finals, Grand Prix finals championship, and many other victories. Upon retiring from professional sprinting, JJ channeled his deep understanding of the human body and peak performance into a new calling as the owner of Synergy Massage and Bodywork in Dallas, Texas. JJ now applies his specialized knowledge as a licensed massage therapist and certified life coach to help clients achieve their fitness and wellness goals, drawing directly from his own experiences as an elite athlete. All right, now without further ado, I would like to introduce JJ Johnson.
What's
What's up,
going
man?
on?
Oh,
Man,
nothing, man.
nothing much, man. Just
We got you here, sir.
yes, sir.
Yeah.
I appreciate you having me on.
Oh, man, it is a pleasure and an honor to interview somebody of your caliber. Uh, and we want to let you know, man, we're so proud of you in just all across the world, but definitely in Garland, man, how you represented us over the years, not just in the sports arena, but just as a man, as a father. And it's just amazing, man. I want to know, when did basketball birth in you? Was this like an elementary thing, or when did you put,
So I found the love for it probably in middle school, but I wasn't good. So
Mhm.
I had to ride the bench a little bit, and then when I got to high school, uh, my grades weren't good in my freshman year, and
Mhm.
so I didn't get a chance to play until my sophomore year. But
Wow.
on the court with the school, other than that, I got in the game probably my freshman year.
I remember going to Bradfield, and that we remember we used to throw the ball off the backboard, and you had to go up and rebound.
Yeah.
And that, I think that was around sophomore year. You just
Hmm.
sprouted in height and in ups. They threw the ball off the backboard, man. You came out of nowhere, and you were way above the rim. We were like, "Whoa, unbelievable!"
Yeah.
And so I remember playing that summer on that team with you. And so, kind of tell me, coming that you didn't really end up play much until high school, how did you develop so quickly?
Man, just playing with the guys, man, and together, man. Of course, we had some powerhouses, man. We had the Richard Johnsons, man. We had the Randy Ducks. We had the TJ. You remember TJ?
Yeah,
He
yeah,
went to Namath Forest, man. We had
yeah. I
those
remember
guys,
TJ. Yeah,
man. Yeah, man. Larry
yeah,
Morris, Theo, that's you, man. We had all you guys, man. So when we played together, we
yeah,
banged. We battled every game all the time. Summer leagues and,
yeah,
and, and rec ball. And so we
yeah,
just had a good time. So that helped me develop.
yeah, yeah. I never forget. We were gonna play y'all, and I knew they had you, uh, but I didn't know the team y'all had. And so
Hmm.
y'all stepped in the gym, and I'm seeing guys I ain't never seen before. I ain't never known Larry.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think the others was playing that year.
Mm-hmm.
And when that game started, and y'all was running. North Garland Raiders, y'all was running, and you started that game, and you probably started that game by 3 dunks.
Yeah, man.
And man, it was just like, man, this is jumping out the gym.
Hey,
And
man.
it
I
just
tell you.
surprises. Y'all took us, I think y'all won what did y'all accomplish this year? Just to
That year we went we lost the first round of the playoffs.
hmm
Yeah, that our senior year we lost the first round of the playoffs. Um, uh, when we had that real good team. Yeah,
I know y'all won district.
yeah, we won district.
Uh and I wanna believe I remember you being the MVP that
I
year.
did. Yeah, I got MVP. I won the dunk contest that year.
Yep, I remember that
Yeah,
as well.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
so yeah, that was fun. That was fun. I tell you,
Yeah, yeah, man. And whew, man, the memories, man. So how did you guys develop that team?
man, Coach Nix, man, he really he knew that we. I guess you would say you had a group of misfits. He had a group of misfits, but he trained us. He trained us. He trained us. I mean, man, we trained hard, and so
Yeah,
we got this thing called we call our defense the bees. A full
yeah.
court press, and so
Uh-huh.
he gave us. He helped us have that mentality of you're the underdog, but if you work
Yeah,
hard, you play hard, you go hard every day at every time,
yeah,
then you'll be okay.
yeah, yeah. Y'all did that. Y'all came out, y'all running,
Hmm.
and it was blown away because there was no team running like that in
Yeah,
that district. I
yeah,
think Duncan was probably the closest to y'all that year,
right.
and it took probably every bit of half the first half to
Mm-hmm.
catch up and figure out what y'all were doing.
Hmm.
Uh, you had got about 3 dunks. I don't know if you remember this, and you went and cocked one back, and I
Hmm.
took off, man, and I caught the ball.
Yeah,
We collided. You fell, I fell. The crowd went crazy because
yeah.
I'm 5'10", and
Hmm.
you what 6'5", and you tomahawking every time we turn around. But the thing, I did foul you. I gotta be, I did, but because I was so small, man,
Yeah,
they didn't call the foul,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
they were surprised. I got up there.
yeah.
So that's my highlight of that game and
Yeah,
that season.
there
I
it
think we
is.
split that year because we
Yeah,
came to North and we got one off y'all in
yeah,
at North.
yeah, yeah. We did. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we
So
got one
yeah,
off y'all that year.
but it
But
was
yeah,
good,
man.
man. Yeah,
Oh man, it was a pleasure playing against you because you're a highlight film.
yeah,
You want to
man.
talk about DJ them. You were man too. You give you an inch, and that's all. I mean, you just needed that. You.
Hey, man, when you find your thing, and I didn't have a jump shot. You know,
Yeah,
I had defense and I could jump and I could dunk. I had ball control. So when I found my thing, man, I was like, hey, man, I'm all in. Yeah,
yeah,
I'm gonna maximize this thing. Yeah,
yeah. Unstoppable around the
yeah.
basket. I mean,
So it was fun.
there was no stopping you. Don't get you in that open court. So fast forward, man. We hooping,
Mhm.
and you end up going playing in college, right?
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So my college experience, man, was pretty good. I went to 4 different colleges. I went to
Mm-hmm.
Grayson County Community College. I
Grayson
went to
County.
I went to Panhandle State University.
Uh huh.
I went to Eastfield, and I also went to A&M Kingsville.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to those 4 different colleges, and I learned a little bit from each one. It was when I guess the transfer portal wasn't in then. But I guess I created my own transfer portal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah,
That's unheard of.
yeah, for
Yeah,
real. So yeah, man, I went to 4 different colleges. A couple of my first schools, the coach left, and then another coach brought in his own group.
hmm
But other than that, man, it was a good experience. I learned a
yeah,
lot from each college, and then I met some great people from each college.
yeah, yeah. Wow. So, okay, you're in high school. You end up
Hmm.
going to college, play basketball.
Hmm.
Some years go by because you probably were done with college at 22 at least,
Yeah.
and here you are, 25. Tell us how. Never ran track in high school.
Man.
How does the championships come into play? You end up running track. How did that?
So I'm gonna rewind a little bit. So my last year at San Hondo State, I always knew I was fast. And Morris was there. Larry Morris was there. He I he went to the school first, and then I went there. And so
Uh huh.
um, the football team was outside, and they were practicing. They were timing in the 40. So Morris was like, Coach. He went up to the football coach. He said, "Man, Coach, JJ can beat anybody on your team." And so
Mm.
and so I had to race somebody. I couldn't just go out there and like a regular
St.
40.
College.
Yeah, St. College. And so
Okay.
um, I raced the fastest guy. Man, I ran 4.29 in the 40.
What?
Yeah, ran a 4.29 in some sweatpants and some tennis shoes, some hooping shoes, matter of fact. And so the coach said, "Hey,
Wow.
man," he said, "do it again." I ran another 4.29, man. And he said, "Man, you're on the team next year. I don't care what you say. You coming back to school next year and you're on the team." So I spent another semester at Colorado State playing football.
Hmm.
So now fast forward
Oh,
to,
okay.
yeah, man. So fast forward to track. So I'm at home. Like you said, I got out of school, 22 years old. I'm at the house working, um, and I see a track meet on TV. As a matter of fact, Morris Green was running, Michael Johnson was running at the time,
Hmm.
and he said, "Man, I can beat those guys." He said,
Wow.
I know I can get with them." And
Yeah.
so called my brother, man. I said, "Man, we got to find me a coach, man. I just want to run track because I still have something in me." And
Yeah.
so he found a coach for me in Arlington, Coach Nicholas Scott.
Uh-huh.
Out in Arlington, he coached a lot of youth athletes and college athletes, and I was his first professional athlete.
Wow.
Man, he coached me, man. And, my first year on the circuit, I ran the fastest time in the world in the 200.
Wow.
Yeah, not a world record, but the fastest time that year in the 200.
Yeah.
Ran 1988, ran 720.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh, So the track thing, it was kind of like in your hidden talent you discovered once you went to college. You
yeah,
started running. Morris saw it, and it just showed up later.
yeah. I mean, I always knew I was fast. I just did not want to run track in high school because Saturday morning, man, we hooped at Hartford.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we hooped at
Oh,
Hartford.
not Hartford. You just
Yeah,
boy, no,
yes,
we
sir.
didn't. We're not even finna go down through that Hartford thing.
Ah,
That
yeah,
is, boy.
that got me
Ooh,
started.
if
Yeah,
some legends came out of that thing too.
real talk,
Ooh.
man. I'm telling you. Yeah,
Yeah. Wow. I don't think any of us really. I didn't like running track either, man. I hated running, and I just stayed away from it. Hindsight, I kind of, you know, which I had a ran, but man, that's just one of them sports. We were hoopers, really.
yeah,
We played ball, played
that's it.
football, we played
Yeah,
basketball.
that's right.
Yeah, we didn't want to run
Yeah,
no track. That was work,
yeah,
too much work.
yeah. Track was really, at the time, man. Track was really a great season for most people.
Hmm.
Off season football. Um,
Yeah,
um, Milton Mallett. Remember Milton Mallett?
I remember
He went.
Milton
He went.
ran
Yeah,
track.
he
Hmm.
went to North Garland, man. He actually went to North Garland. Then he went to A&M, and then he was on the circuit for a while.
Hmm.
Yeah, Jeff Jackson also was on the circuit. He was a hooper. He was on.
Really?
Yeah, man. I forgot about Jeff Jackson. He was on the circuit. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, so how did you end up in? I want to say the 4x100,
hmm
winning the first championship.
So 2003 was my first world championship. Well, yeah, world championship in Edmonton, Canada, and I was anchor leg. I was one of the alternates, and I got the opportunity to run a couple of rounds.
Yeah.
So we ended up winning. We ended up winning that world championship that year, and so that was my first gold medal. And my
Hmm.
second one was in so that was 2003. So 2001 was the first one. I'm sorry, 2001 was the first one. 2003 was the second one. Yeah.
Hmm.
And that was in
Wow.
Paris.
Oh, okay. I want to believe the one in Paris is the one I saw. I was in my living room, man.
Yeah,
I seen the USA win. I was so excited, and then they showed you, and it said J.J. Johnson. I said J.J. Johnson. That ain't too many J.J. Johnson.
yeah,
And then they zoomed in on you, and you say something something Garland. I
Yeah.
said that's him. I said, man,
See,
my boy from the
yes.
hood, man,
Mhm.
he won the world championship
Yeah.
in track and field and did it, man. If you walked it, boy, I mean, you just you. I don't
Yeah.
think anybody would hear you in that. It wasn't even close.
Well, no, it was actually that race was uh, it was us. Great Britain was in the lead,
Hmm.
and they had Dwayne Chambers at the anchor leg, and
Hmm.
and I came and got Dwayne Chambers at the tape. I dipped him at the tape.
Yeah, you walked him down. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, man. That was that
Okay.
was that was that was one of my greatest highlights in track and field. That was probably one of the greatest highlights of um, relays
Yeah.
that we've ever had. Yeah, it was amazing, man. And then shortly after that, he got busted for drugs.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
The guy you walked down.
yeah, yeah. It was terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So so how does it feel, man? You come from Garland is not huge. It's not
Hmm.
small. We had five high schools, so it wasn't
Hmm.
small. I think we had less high schools. We probably would have won state every year.
Hmm. Hmm.
But coming
Yeah.
from Garland and ending up on a stage like that, man, how does that feel?
And it felt amazing because God has a plan for us, and not all the time our plan is we're not on His plan, we're not on His timetable. So, basketball
Yeah.
is my love, and my goal was to travel the United States, you
Yeah.
know, in somebody's league. Of course, all our goals was to make it to the league,
Yeah.
but that didn't happen. So God said, "Look, you got a smaller goal to travel the United States, but I got a bigger goal. I want to put you on. I want to put you around the world."
Right.
you know. And so, man, that experience just going to a country where most people don't speak English, and you have to learn how to communicate without even speaking.
Yeah.
They don't know your language, and you don't know theirs. And so,
Yeah.
just to adapt and understand, man, that we got it really good in America. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
you go to those other countries, and you go to France, you go to everywhere in Europe, Africa. Man, we got it really good over here. So the
Yeah.
experience was, man, it opened my eyes because I mean, in Garland, it was black and white.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all we saw. We saw black and
Yeah.
white. And so
Right.
to experience that level, man, that was just. I mean, it's just found. I can't even fathom it. It's just amazing.
Yeah. God shot you way like that, man. It's
Yeah,
not just walking the streets, walking to the gym, end up competing on a stage like that, man. I'm so
yeah.
proud of you. We're so proud of you, man, and representing the city like that. And just as a young black male, just you as a person, just let you know, I've been on Facebook with you and watch you from a distance since
Mhm.
the track championships. And man, it's commendable. You're a father, uh,
Yes,
you're a husband, right?
yes, yes, sir.
I mean, an amazing individual outside of the sports accolades. You as a person, I want you to know, man, you are someone to pattern yourself after. Uh, yeah, even then, I mean, you were a cool dude. You always was humble. Except when you were dunking in that summer league, you told them guys you
The
you had
beast,
too much
the
hop
beast
for
has
them.
to come out every now and then.
Yeah.
uh,
So if any of those guys are watching,
mhm.
let's give them. We had Carl Lemons could jump out the gym,
Yeah,
Larry Morris, just in case they watch it,
yeah,
Mackie Reese.
man, the Reeves.
Uh, who else did y'all have on that team?
Oh man, who else do we have on that team, man? We had shoot now you get me to think about my age.
Yeah, man, you had to go
Please,
way back there.
yeah, yeah, boy. I gotta look that up.
Yeah, y'all had some guys, man, and
We
y'all
had some
ended up
guys,
winning
yeah.
the summer league because I
Yes.
would play at Luhuff, and I really was supposed to be over there with y'all, but uh, y'all beat all the Luhuff teams because y'all basically were the only team that brought a team from outside from Bradfield
Yeah,
and
yeah,
end up dominating that league
yeah,
with
man.
all of the so many athletes from that side.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. So going forward, I saw that you are in the like body healing.
So
And
I'm a licensed massage therapist, and a life coach, and a fitness trainer. Hmm.
let's start with the massage therapy.
So I started massage therapy while I was competing in track and field. Um,
Mm,
I knew that I wanted to be a massage therapist, physical therapist, or a chiropractor.
okay,
And when I was traveling the world, I noticed that the most sought after person was the massage therapist
okay,
from the athletes. Everybody, when we made it to a city or a track meet, we always were asking, "Where's the massage therapist? Where's the massage therapist?"
right,
And so I found that most beneficial. And my major in college was kinesiology, so I wanted to work with the body, and massage therapy was the most beneficial. That where I can put my most effort to.
wow, that's awesome. So
Yeah.
how do we get a life coaching? Tell us a little bit about that. 'Cause
But
we all need one of them.
I mean, it's an amazing skill, it's an amazing artist. Basically, just
Hmm.
listening to people.
Yeah,
You really listen to people and allow people to hear themselves. Um, I got certified probably 10 years ago um, as a life coach, and everything comes together as a life coach, massage therapist, and a trainer because you communicate with these people, and a lot of people open up. They'll open up to you what they won't open up to their best friends.
right.
It's
Yeah,
confidential, and
yeah,
so there's a really intimate moment because
yeah,
you're really communicating, and people are opening up, and you allow them to hear themselves, and
yeah,
and man, and if you if anybody's ever allowed you to hear yourself when you say
right,
something,
right,
and they repeat exactly what you said, then you be like, man, did I really say that? I
yeah,
didn't mean it like that.
right,
So
right.
yeah, so it allows you to really open up and think a little more.
Wow. So
Yeah.
if someone wanted to, they're watching this video and they wanted to uh get your services, where can we find you?
On my website, Synergy Massage, synergybodywork.com. So
Okay,
synergybodywork.com.
okay. Is there any other handles we can find you at?
And, I need to update all my social media. So my social
Okay,
media is Synergy Bodywork on Facebook, and then I am JJ Johnson 1976 on Instagram.
awesome, awesome. Wow. So tell us a little bit about synergy. How did you come up with that and get into that arena?
So synergy means everything working together, and
Right.
so the our bodies, our system, it everything works together. So you may feel a pain in one area, but it's not the problem. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and so I started that um, when I retired in 2008. I started Synergy. And
Hmm.
like I said, I was practicing well before then because I was learning from therapists all around the world.
Hmm.
From Asia to Africa, Europe. So
Yeah.
I learned from different therapists, different techniques, and so I just
Hmm.
made it my own. And so synergy it's just it's a beautiful thing, man. It's just a system that I have that I built, and to help people grow and to help and educate also. I like to educate people about their body, because sometimes
Yeah.
people just don't know. And so just
Yeah.
like you're an educator. You educate people on the word. You educate people about life. And so
Hmm.
same thing here. So I just like to
Yeah.
educate people and give them because it's really not that hard. Sometimes we make it
Right.
hard, but it's really not that hard if you
Yeah.
explain. If you can explain to somebody exactly what they need to
Right.
do. Yeah.
Yeah. I just recommitted myself today. I
Mhm.
got up. I hit the gym, and since
Mhm.
it's day one, I did a light workout in the gym, and then me and my lady we got on our bikes and we went about yeah, it'd be about 5 miles.
Right.
More and more I contemplated it. It's like I looked over and months had went by. I just keep putting it off, and I just had to get up, man. I'm tired, I'm fed up with where I'm at. But I
Mhm.
wanted to ask you, what is the number one reason that keeps people out of the gym?
The number one reason that number one excuse people have is the excuse. You see that here say that say excuse. People say is they don't
Yeah.
have time.
Right.
They don't have time. Okay,
Right.
but we all have 24 hours in a day. It's what we prioritize.
Yeah.
Now, um, you've heard this before. I'm not the first one to say this. You know, when people are on their deathbed, they don't say, "I wish I could have stayed, but had more time in the office." They don't say that, but they say, "I wish I could have had more time with family, spend more time with family," and they say, "I wish I could have taken care of myself a little better. I wish I could have
Mm.
prioritized, prioritize me." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hmm.
Because here's what it boils down to: if you don't take care of you, you can't take care of nobody else.
Right.
In the Word of God, if you don't study, then
Right.
you can't feed.
Right.
You see
That's
what I'm
right.
saying? If you're not
Yeah.
eating, if you ain't eating, you
Yeah.
can't feed.
That's right.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right. Yeah.
How many hungry people are out here feeding the world? Not
Right.
many, not many starving people out here feeding the world. I don't know any.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
trying to get some food. And so same
Right.
so same thing with us. If you don't take care of your body, you don't prioritize you, then
Yeah.
how can you if you don't take care of you, you don't my thing is I'm saying this over and over. If you don't make you first,
Right.
because God blessed you with you. God blessed you with your body. God blessed
Yeah.
you with that's the only body you have.
Right. Right.
So if you ain't gonna take care of that, then how can I expect you to take care of me?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, that's how. That's how. Uh, I, in the past, even as a minister, man, I have neglected myself in order to help other people.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
now that's one of my number one things is I make sure I'm good first.
Mm-hmm.
And from that place that I live, I help.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that works a whole lot better. I'm not depleted.
That's right.
I'm way more effective. I'm more focused
Mm-hmm.
because I got me together.
Right.
And I realized it was a bad formula because if I'm all over the place, I'm not together and I'm trying to help somebody, I'm really helping from a depleted place.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. How did that make you feel after you were so depleted? You had nothing left to give, but people kept on trying to get from you. But you
Uh,
gassed out.
it I was burnt out. It was frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, uh, it made me aware of who really considered me and
Mm-hmm.
where I was in life, where I really
Mm-hmm.
was.
Mm-hmm.
It brought light to a lot of things that I
Yeah.
overlooked that were important to
Mm-hmm.
my well being.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we say who considered you, but think about it like this: you can't expect anybody else to consider you if you don't consider you.
That's good.
You know
Wow. Yeah.
that's how I feel. If I don't take care of me, okay, perfect example. I'm just gonna throw something out there, okay?
Okay.
No disrespect to any man or woman. But have you ever heard a woman say, "I need a man that's gonna take care of me," or "I need a man that's gonna take me to this restaurant, and do all this stuff," but she doesn't do it for herself.
Right.
Maybe when the last time you took yourself to Ruth Chris? When's the
Right.
last time? You know what I'm saying? When's the last time you took
Right.
yourself fine dining? You know, but
Right.
you expecting me to do that, but you're not doing it.
Right.
You
Want a
know,
man to do for her that she can't or don't
yeah,
or can't do for herself.
can do for herself, or is just not doing for herself. Vice versa,
Right.
men too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if you don't take care of yourself, why are you putting the load on me?
Right.
you know, and so
Yeah.
that's what I try to teach. My
Yeah.
clients. It's your well being. It's your well being.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. That's good, man. Wow. So how is that experience seeing people take your advice, apply it, and be successful in those areas, losing pounds? becoming more focused in their careers. How's that been? What's that been like?
Um, I mean, it just it feels good to be because I mean it's all their journey. I don't,
Yeah,
especially with life coaching, you don't set any plan for anybody.
right,
They have to set their own plan because as soon as you set a plan for somebody and that plan
right,
backfires, it's coming right back to you. Well, you told
got
me this. You told me
you.
this. This is what you
Right,
told me I should do. So,
right,
so when they set their goals, I mean, it feels good to me, but at the same time, it's not for me to feel good about because
right,
they set their own goals. I'm just a,
right,
I'm just a accountability partner, you know. But and even with massage therapy, I will only work on you, hour and a half and teach you what to do. But you got to do the work throughout the week.
right.
You got to constantly do the work. You
Yeah,
know, fitness
yeah,
training, same thing. If I'm only working
yeah,
with you 2 or 3 hours a week, then I
right,
mean, how many hours are in a week? So you got all that
yeah,
other time that you got to take care
right,
of yourself. And
right.
so, I mean, it feels good to know that people are doing it, but at the same time, that I mean, when I leave work,
Hmm.
9 times out of 10, I'm not concerned about what Bob is if Bob is stretching.
Right,
I'm just not. You know what I'm
right,
saying? I'm just not.
right. Yeah,
Because I mean, I'm taking care of me. I'm taking care of my family. That's where
yeah,
my priorities are.
yeah.
Yeah,
We live in a different time now than when me and you grew up,
yeah.
and a lot of what concerned us, or the things that we were concerned with, this generation may or may not be. What would you say to this generation to focus them and to help them look at things in a better light and to commit themselves to something special?
Um. Well, I tell my daughter all the time, man. My daughter, I got to put this plug in, man. My daughter is an amazing volleyball player. I mean,
I
she's
saw that.
15. She's 15 years old,
Hmm.
and man, she at 15 years old, she's a better athlete than I was.
Yeah.
And I'm
Wow.
not talking about it. I'm not talking about at 15. I'm talking about she's a better athlete than I was. Period.
Wow.
Yeah, she's a monster. She has a different mindset. Um, and she's a total package, and she works. I mean, she really works. She
Wow.
knows that her talent is only going to go so far. Um, so what I tell her is, I tell her you're building your resume. You're building your resume. What you do today is gonna affect tomorrow.
Right.
Okay. So if you're laying a foundation today, then you can build tomorrow.
Hmm.
It's all about laying that solid foundation. You're building every single day. Somebody is watching you, especially as a little young black girl.
Hmm. Right.
As black people in this world, we're always being watched, and we
Right.
always we always got to be on top of our game. And I mean, that's just what it boils down to. It's just the reality of it.
Yeah.
And we always have to be 10 steps ahead.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because,
Yeah.
and I mean, and I tell her all the time, I say, your reputation is something. I mean, like, when you told me earlier that I was a good dude then,
Yeah.
that really makes me feel good because my thing is,
Yeah.
I don't want, 20 years from now, if somebody said, man, Jay was an asshole.
Right.
Jay was horrible, man. That dude was horrible. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You know,
Right. Right.
I don't want you to see me coming and be like, oh,
Right.
you know what I'm
Right.
saying? People like that.
Yeah. Yeah. For
Yeah,
real.
and
Yeah.
I don't want to be that guy. And we've raised our daughter to understand that, and she's taking that,
Wow.
and she is. And so I would tell young people this. I said, look, 20 years from now, somebody you're gonna need somebody. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna need somebody,
Yeah.
and that person that you're treating bad, that's the person
Yeah.
you may need.
That's true, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
That's huge.
treat people today as if you're gonna walk into their office and need a job in 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And man, you just saying that that's you, man. I remember walking to practice and just being around you and just you conducted yourself. This the side note. Did you come from a two parent home?
Yeah, I did. I did.
It shows. It shows.
Yeah,
It
yeah, I
shows.
did. Yeah,
You were the two parent home guy,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
I definitely had a dad that was probably on you.
yeah,
And I think I remember talking about that. Hey man, my dad, I gotta get home. You know, like,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it showed, and you were different. You weren't that kind of guy, man. You definitely was focused,
Two
and
times.
we were after you
Yeah.
were after, okay.
Mhm.
Definitely were focused, and you were after something, man. Like I say, man, we're so proud of you. You're somebody that we looked up to and was able to have the privilege to compete against
Mhm.
and watch you had done and continue to do great things, man. I saw something. I think your daughter just won some type of championship or something.
Yeah, yeah, man. They won the national championship, volleyball
Wow.
championship for 15, age 15.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it was
She's killing it.
it was hey, man. It was amazing because um they had a they had a great season. It was rocky. It was a climb. You know what I'm saying? They've been in the valley. They've been on top of the mountain. You know
Yeah.
the coach got fired. Their coach got fired toward the end of the season. Um, and so they had to adjust to a new coach.
Yeah.
But um, but these girls, man, they I mean the championship game was kind of like that season, man. They lost the first set. They go three sets if
Yeah.
possible, but they lost the first set and they were down 24 to 19 in the second set. They go to
Wow.
25. They go to 25. They're down 24-19. They came back, won that second set, and the third set was just history. I mean, they had
Wow.
the momentum then. So yeah, and
Wow.
she ended up getting the MVP of the tournament.
Wow.
Yeah,
So you're
she
raising sounds like a future star,
man, it's good.
and you've been married for how long?
Yeah, 25 years.
Yeah, I was on your page and I saw that. That's another thing, man. You can tell you guys love each other, man. And tell us a little bit about that. How that's been, and any advice you would have about marriage.
Man,
Because I'm sure you were a great athlete, great father, great husband. I mean, just
I mean, I
all
tell
the
my,
stuff we've all wanted.
but you know what, man, I tell you something. I can tell you something. It's definitely a struggle. Um,
Yeah,
it has not always been roses on my end.
yeah,
I tell
yeah.
my wife all the time. I say, look, if I were you, I would have left me alone. You know, I promise
Right,
you. I promise you.
right.
I would have left me a long time ago. I mean, it's nothing that, not abusive or anything like that.
Right.
I have ADHD to the max. And
Okay.
so understanding somebody with ADHD, my daughter has it also. It's something we joke around at the house because
Right.
my wife does not have ADHD. So
Oh,
she's the
okay.
odd one. She's the odd one out. And so
Yeah.
trying to get her
Right.
to understand us on that level
Yeah.
because I mean, it's real, and so trying to get her to understand us is, it's a battle. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, my
Yeah.
my ADHD is, my patience is real thin sometimes, and
Right.
so especially
Yeah.
if I'm not taking my medication, I mean, my patience is really thin. So I
Right.
always have to take my medication. So,
Yeah.
you know,
I got you.
but I mean, it's a marriage is not easy,
Yeah.
and I mean, if anybody said marriage was easy, they lying because it's so
Yeah.
because you got two different people trying
Yeah.
to go toward somewhat of the same goal. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And so,
Yeah.
but at the same time, you have two different people, and they have to be two different people. They have to be who
Right.
they are, who God made them.
Right.
And so if
Right.
you're trying to make somebody what they're not, you
Right.
know, it's a battle. So we
Yeah.
live in this thing where I'm trying to give her space. I'm trying to have my space, and then we try to bring those spaces together.
Yeah.
So but it's a battle. I mean, shoot, every day.
Yeah.
It's a battle. It's not always gonna be roses. But I mean, what relationship is?
You said something. Uh, you said you can't make somebody something they're not, and that's
Hmm.
huge, man. It's allowing somebody, even if it makes you uncomfortable or you don't like it, you have to allow someone to be who they are.
Right.
As long as it's not hurting you, it's just a
Yeah.
personality thing. As long as they're not, doing something intentionally towards you. And I think that's important as men. We have to let women be the woman that they are.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you said that. It let me know I got to go back in my bag,
Yeah.
and get that together and
Look,
really allow, uh, you know, yeah, yeah,
because as men, think about. If you think about my life, man. At 25, we were engaged and about to get married, and I tell my wife that I'm about to start the trip.
wow,
Really?
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? She's like, okay,
right,
yeah, really. I tell her I'm about to start running track, and then
yeah,
later I tell her, I think we're gonna move to Florida side of the train. I mean, you know, and that,
yeah,
it's like that's a commitment, and that's tough. That
yeah,
for somebody to, like I told her, I said, I left me a long time ago. For
yeah,
somebody to have enough faith in you and have enough love for you to
yeah,
say, I'm gonna quit my job. This we got insurance, and we got a steady check
yeah,
coming in
yeah,
to for you to go fulfill your dream. You know,
right,
and then as a man, I gotta know I'm just not going out here rapping. I'm just
right,
not going. I'm just not going. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not going. I'm just. This thing has to be solid.
yeah,
Because I gotta
yeah,
be able to take care of it. I gotta be able to fulfill. I gotta be able to be a man and fulfill the word that I've given her.
right,
So
wow, that's good,
yeah, it has been some ups and some downs, but at the same
that's
time,
good,
we both grown.
yeah. Well, we appreciate that, man. And you already give me some things I've been contemplating on and continue to work. Like you said, it is work, man,
Hmm.
and you have to commit to it. You have
Yeah,
to commit to it, and
yeah.
I'm definitely committed to it. And I'm in it 100%. And I appreciate that advice. Anything else you'd like to share with us, man?
Man,
I know
yeah.
you were you. I know you made the 1,000 Point Club at North.
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
that right?
something like that. 1,000 points, something like
Uh,
that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
all that, man.
Yeah, that was
Congratulations
awesome.
on that, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it,
Yeah,
man. Yeah, that was awesome, man. If I had a word to leave for you and anybody else, and me myself too, um, I have a client that's a hunter. He goes out and hunts and shoots, and so he explained to me the difference between a bird shot and a buckshot. Now, do you know the difference between a bird shot and a buckshot?
I think I do.
Okay. All right. So the bird shot is basically small, and a bunch of them in a shell, and it spreads. And so if a bird shot hits you, it's gonna kind of like Dave Chappelle said, it's gonna kind of pepper you up a little bit. It's
Yeah,
gonna be hot. That's the warning shot. But the
yeah,
buckshot, but the buckshot is the one that's gonna be thicker, I guess, bullets or pebbles or whatever you want to call them, and it's gonna go deeper. It's
hmm,
gonna it's gonna hit harder. So
yeah,
that buckshot is gonna put you on your back and might put you out the game. So the
right,
bird shots
right,
are for what it is, the birds. Buckshots are
yeah,
for the big animals. They gotta stop.
yeah,
So when we're taking our shots in life, we gotta. Sometimes we need bird shots. Sometimes we need buckshots. We just gotta pick our shot. We gotta choose our shot.
oh wow,
You see what I'm saying?
yeah,
Sometimes we just
yeah,
gotta. Sometimes we just gotta be a light shot and pepper somebody up. But at the same time, sometimes, man, we just gotta knock it down. We gotta go for it. So we gotta pick our shots. And life is
yeah,
hard. We just gotta pick
yeah,
our hard. You know,
yeah,
you want to be. Do you want to be in shape or out of shape? In shape is hard. Out of shape
Right.
is hard.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
in a marriage, do you want to be in the marriage and working it and making things happen and making things work? It's gonna be
Hmm.
hard. Or do
Yeah.
you want to argue all the time? Do you want to fuss and fight and disagree and all that? That's gonna be hard too. So we just gotta pick our
Yeah.
heart. Yeah, we gotta pick our shots,
Gotcha.
choose our shots, and pick the hard which hard we want to roll with.
Wow. Well, we've been with JJ Johnson, two-time world champion, awesome man, father, husband, which is really the most intriguing. Man, it's been great.
Man,
We
I
we
appreciate it.
appreciate you so
I
much,
really do.
and
Appreciate you.
we gotta bring you back. I want to come to the gym and witness your training and just catch up all around. Maybe
Hey
we'll
man.
spend a couple of hours of your training and show you training and things like that, man.
Hey,
Because I knew in speaking with you, there's so much more to you than just even some of the stuff I read. You really don't know how awesome of a person you are just watching you from a distance.
I appreciate it.
And I wanted to give you your flowers today, let you know we appreciate you and the standard you set and the uh just being who you are.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
Well, we've been with JJ Johnson. We appreciate you, man, and we'll talk soon.
All right, brother.
You guys, that was awesome, man. I got to chop it up with an old friend that was the two-time world champion, awesome husband. Got to see an awesome father, has a daughter coming up, and just an awesome man all around. If you want to find this interview, you can go to at Now Talk Live on YouTube. You can also go to uh, Instagram, Now Talk Live Podcast. We're on TikTok, Now Talk Live Podcast, and we're on Facebook, Now Talk Live Podcast. Like I said, the full interview will be on YouTube. We'll have that information where you can find JJ if you like life coaching, training, uh, and those things of that nature, massage. Do not contact him unless you are serious. All right. We appreciate y'all being with us today. It's been great, and I'll see you on the next one.